This Friday, the 2024 World Series will get kicked off out in Los Angeles, California. The Los Angeles Dodgers will take on the New York Yankees. And after 3 of the last 4 teams in the World Series were wildcard teams, it's a nice fresh breath of air to see the top seed in both the AL and the NL win their respective pennants. It's the first time that we've seen 2 top seeds face off in the World Series since 1976. In addition, both Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani are expected to win the MVPs of their leagues. This will be the first time since 2012 that the MVPs face off in the World Series. This will be the 12th time that the 2 historic franchises face off in the Fall Classic. With all that said, let's take a look at the 2 teams, compare and contrast, and let's make my pick. Let's get to it.
There's a drive. It's a bullet. Was there any doubt?
1-2. Drill deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
So we're going to start off with the Los Angeles Dodgers advantages. And the Dodgers, if we look at the 2 teams individually, we'll see that the Dodgers are better. The Dodgers won 4 regular season games more than the Yankees did and have a better run differential by 9 runs. That's a result of their roster being stronger and well-rounded in more areas. The Yankees have plenty of stars, but their role players are shaky. Meanwhile, the Dodgers have both superstars and solid role players. A lot of the Dodgers role players would be considered the stars on most other teams. While the Yankees relied on Judge and Soto as their only hitters with an OPS above 775, the Dodgers had Teoscar Hernandez, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Shohei Ohtani all above 830. At the bottom of the lineup, while the Yankees had 3 starters with OPSs under 660, only a singular Dodger starter had an OPS below 700. In addition, the Dodgers hit well against both right-handed and left-handed pitchers, while the Yankees led the league with an OPS of 777 against righties, with the Dodgers only 1 point behind at 776. The Dodgers had a 795 OPS against lefties, which was well ahead of the Yankees' 721, beat them by 74 points. The Dodgers have a considerable advantage on the other side of the ball as well. The Yankees' 2 4 and 5 pitchers, Carlos Rodon, Luis Gil, and Nestor Cortez, each have 7 or more implosion outings in which they allowed 4 more runs. Meanwhile, the Dodgers' rotation has been more consistent. Yoshinobu Yamamoto has been incredible, holding opponents to 2 or fewer runs in all but 6 starts this season. Walker Buehler has been great in the postseason, holding opponents to 2 or fewer runs in 12 out of 17 playoff starts. Jack Flaherty has been a rock, holding opponents to 3 runs or fewer in 23 out of 28 starts this year. Furthermore, the Dodgers' bullpen ERA of 3.53 ranked 4th best in the MLB, 2 ahead of the Yankees' 6th best bullpen ERA of 3.62. Last but not least, the Dodgers have an advantage of a more proven manager. Dave Roberts has won World Series both as a manager and a player. 2024 has been Roberts' 9th season as the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers. This upcoming series will be his 10th 7-game series and 4th World Series. On the other hand, outside of one swing in 2003, Aaron Boone hasn't found postseason success as a player or as a manager. 2024 has been his 7th season as a manager of the New York Yankees. This upcoming series will be Boone's 4th 7-game series and his first World Series. Boone has struggled in 7-game series, and his teams have a 6-9 record in these series. Obviously, on paper, the Dodgers have the advantage. While the Dodgers do have a better roster and manager, the stars align perfectly for New York. The matchup, splits, and injuries all go the Yankees' way each time. Starting with the way the Dodgers pitching staff matches up against the Yankees lineup. The Dodgers' top 2 left-handed starters, Tyler Glasnow and James Paxton, are both on the IL and won't be available for the World Series. That leaves Los Angeles' rotation with Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Walker Buehler, Jack Flaherty, and Michael Kopech as an opener, who are all right-handed pitchers. By coincidence, the Yankees lineup is significantly better against right-handed pitchers than left-handed pitchers. They led the MLB this season with an OPS of 777 against right-handed pitchers. The Dodgers' 2 lefties going down with injuries will be extremely advantageous for New York. In addition, out of the 4 relief pitchers the Dodgers used most, Daniel Hudson, Alex Vezina, Blake Trinan, and closer Evan Phillips, Vezina is the only lefty. The Yankees showed us what they could do against right-handed relievers in the ALCS. The Guardians had 3 right-handed relievers with sub-2 ERAs, and the Yankees destroyed them for 10 earned runs in only 9.1 innings. On the other side of the ball, the Yankees have figured it out exactly at the right time. While the Dodgers may have the edge in bullpen ERA, the Yankees team ERA of 3.74 is tied for 6th best in baseball, and is 7 ahead of the Dodgers' 13th best ERA of 3.90. New York's pitching staff has been great in recent months due to 3 factors. The first is Carlos Rodon and Luis Gil breaking out of their slumps. As I previously mentioned, both Rodon and Gil had 7 or more implosion starts in which they allowed 4 or more runs. However, in the final 2 months of the season, the implosions became more and more infrequent. Gil led opponents to 1 run or fewer in 7 of his final 12 starts, and Rodon allowed 4 more runs in only 2 of his final 13 starts. So far this postseason, the Yankees have won 3 out of 4 games in which Rodon or Gil pitched. The second factor is the return of Clark Schmidt. Clark Schmidt was putting up a Cy Young caliber season before he got hurt at the end of May. He returned in September and has been ramping up slowly back to his pre-injury form. Schmidt's absence or presence has had a ripple effect on the Yankees' entire pitching staff. When Clark Schmidt was on the shelf, the Yankees were 43-41, only 2 games above 500. And when he was on their active roster, they were 51-27, 24 games above 500. Schmidt pitched well in his lone postseason start, holding a good Cleveland offense to 2 runs over 5 innings. The third and final factor is the emergence of Luke Weaver, aka the Weave Dog. Clay Holmes was the Yankees' closer for the majority of the season. However, he struggled in big situations and blew a league-leading 13 saves and pitched to a 3.14 ERA. After Holmes allowed a walk-off grand slam to Wyatt Langford on September 3rd, Aaron Boone had seen enough and he decided to replace Holmes in the closer role with Luke Weaver. Between September 4th and the end of the season, Weaver pitched 11 innings, struck out 24 batters, picked up 4 saves, and didn't allow a run. Weaver developed a reputation of holding in all his emotions during the 9th inning and letting them all out at once, like a madman, the moment the game was won. Weaver has been almost as good in the playoffs, as he's already picked up 12 strikeouts and 4 saves. Between Rodon, Heel, Schmidt, and Weaver, the Yankees pitching staff is far better than what their numbers suggest. While both sides have valid arguments and reasons to pick them, only one team will win. I expect the series to be a great one, a back-and-forth battle, a thriller for one side and a heartbreaker for the other. Unfortunately, as a Yankee fan, I expect to be on the heartbroken side. The deciding factor are the gaps between the OPS splits and the consistency gap. When facing right-handed pitchers, the Yankees have an advantage of 1 point in OPS. However, when facing left-handed pitchers, the Dodgers have an OPS advantage of 74 points. Well, the Dodgers will likely start only righties throughout the series. It's almost guaranteed that New York will have to start Carlos Rodon, left-handed pitcher, in games 2 and 6, and we may see left-handed pitcher Nestor Cortez in either game 3 or 4, which does give the Dodgers a slight advantage. In addition, the setup guys in the Yankees bullpen concern me. Holmes has played a key role as the Yankees have used Holmes in the 7th inning or later in 6 of their 9 playoff games. As I mentioned above, Holmes has collapsed in high-leverage pressure situations. No situation, it was more of a high-leverage pressure situation than the late innings of a World Series game. In accordance, I expect Holmes to be a weak link in the upcoming series. In addition, Tommy Kahnle concerns me. This postseason, Kahnle has been extremely reliant on his changeup, and New York has been extremely reliant on Kahnle. Kahnle has thrown his changeup over 85% of his pitches in the playoffs, and the Yankees have used Kahnle in the 8th inning or later in 6 of their 9 playoff games. The Dodgers have 5 hitters with 46 or more extra base hits. It doesn't matter how good Kahnle's changeup is. When these hitters are waiting for it, they'll inevitably eventually crush it for you. I don't expect Kahnle to be very effective in the upcoming series. Between disadvantages in the starting lineup and the bullpen, it will be hard for the Yankees to match the Dodgers blow for blow. In accordance, I expect the Dodgers to defeat the New York Yankees in the 2024 World Series at a final score of 4-2. You heard it here. As a Yankee fan, Dodgers in 6.
There's a drive. It's a bullet. Was there any doubt?
1-2. Drill deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.